Where's the crypto market going to be in the next 12 months, guys? Question on everybody's mind. And this is going to be the most interactive, inclusive video that I've done because I don't know where the crypto market's going to be in the next 12 months. I've shown you my analysis. I've shown you the thesis that backs up my analysis. And I've shown you where I expect the market to be in the next 12 months. Do I know the market's going to be there? 100% not, guys. The market does whatever the hell it pleases. So if you do want to be a part of this interactive video and you do want to be a part of this community and you do like the idea of rotating and scaling out of cryptocurrency, going into more off-risk assets that are going to outperform during a crypto bear market, then that's the plan on this channel. And on this video, we're going to go through and do an interactive video together. You're going to leave in the comments what you think is going to be running in the next 9 to 12 months, and then we're going to learn something from each other. So all my subscribers now know the thesis of my end game, guys. What I'm planning on doing and scaling out of cryptocurrency and into lower risk assets that are going to outperform during a crypto bear market. So what I don't want to happen to you guys is this. This is what happens during an alt season, guys. You get surges on alt season within a short space of time, 941% to the upside. What goes up 941% during a crash? This was the May crash, 79%. So all of that capital, 79%, 80% of that's just dropped within a few days. Then you get the second leg. This is where nobody knows what's happening here, guys. Nobody knows there's going to be a bull run. People thought that was the end of the bull run and that was a bear market. This is Polkadot trading against USDT on the weekly. Then you got this big surge to the upside again, 435%. So what I don't want this community to fall foul of is, as we're going through euphoria during periods like this in alt season, can you sustain a drop of 93%? Like literally, guys, imagine losing 93% of everything. And that's why it's so important to have an exit strategy. So anyone that is new to this channel, go back, watch my crypto endgame, my exit strategy. A lot of people are going to hate me for this, guys, because I'm not a permabull. I'm not expecting the bull market to have a super cycle. I'm not expected to be holding for 2, 3, 4 years. And in fact, I think anybody that's telling you to hold for 2, 3, 4 years are very irresponsible and potentially using you as exit liquidity. So I'm not doing that, guys. That's my crypto end game. Planning on scaling out of on-risk assets. The on-risk assets are the speculative assets. The speculative assets are cryptocurrency, and then scale out during the crypto bull run into lower risk assets. Different assets that are going to do different things for us, because ultimately it's all about owning capital. So if I can go into something that's going to pay me dividends, then that's an additional capital while still having skin in the game. If I can get something that's going to outperform during a crypto bear market, such as wheat, then it's given me something. It's given me an advantage rather than my crypto bleeding 98%. I'll be going in something that's pumping 150%. So let me show you an example of that, guys. Let me show you an example. I've got a couple of things on here. I've got wheat on here. Now, what I want to show you is during this point here, where are we? July 2020, it's 2020. See, at this point here, guys, December, November 2021. Now, what I want to show you is what happened here. What do you think happened here? We had a geopolitical event that happened, which made the supply of grain diminish and then the demand go higher. Remember, it's the breadbasket of Europe that was affected. 79.42% to the upside. So, well, Polkadot was going down 98%. This was going up 78%. Try and wrap your head around that, guys. You're coming out of Polkadot and you're going into grain. Doesn't make sense, does it? People will absolutely slam you in the comments. Your friends will slam you. Your nana probably slam you. That's going to give you additional conviction that you're doing the right thing. And do I mean scaling out of all of my Polkadot position and going into wheat? And do I mean doing it now? I definitely don't, guys. This is an exit strategy that's going to be scaled out during a period of time, slowly, and I'm going to be using my time factor. I've got my time factor. I'd said this on the previous video, guys. Got my time factor built in from the last previous halving to the start of, or to the end of the bull run. And then we've measured the time frames, which coincide exactly 152 bars, 152 bars, 152 bars. Between the halving, 78 bars, 79 bars, 78 bars. So what that does is it gives us an estimation. If you go back and watch my exit strategy video, that'll show you in more detail how I've come up with that. Does it mean this is the end date, guys? 13th of October, 2025. Am I a guru? And does this mean that this is the end date? I put my house that's probably not going to be the end date, guys. But what it does is it gives you an idea. It gives you an indication of time of how long you've got to scale out. So during the start of this period, you can be scaling out lower amounts, looking at those assets that you think are going to outperform, assets that are undervalued at the moment that you'd expect to run in the next 9 to 12 months. And we can scale out percentages and scale out percentages and scale out percentages. And remember one thing, guys, it is not financial advice. It's something that I'm doing. It's something I'm doing differently outside of the box of everybody else. So I said it was going to be interactive, and I said this was going to be a community thing. And the thing is, guys, on my exit strategy, I've had a look at a couple of things, and I got my eye on a couple of things, a couple of ETFs, a couple of different narratives, and we're going to be talking about such a variety of ranges. You've got commodities, you've got stocks, you've got shares. There's so many different things. There's currencies that we're going to be looking at to have a diversified portfolio that can sustain the good times and the bad times. More importantly, give us that foothold where you're not dropping 98%, you're actually gaining. And next time that the crypto's finished its bear market and goes through an accumulation phase, got all of that capital still there, safe in somewhere that's not going to drop in the event of an economic downturn or drop much. And then you've got the protection of the capital to ride the next bull market even better than you rode this one. So it's all talk, guys. It's all talk. And I said it was going to be a community thing. because what I want to ask you, a serious question, is what do you think is going to outperform the rest of the market in the next 9 to 12 months? How do you think the world's going to look in the next 9 to 12 months? I've got my idea on what I think the world's going to look like. I don't think it's going to look great. I think that we've printed too much money. I think that rather than that money that we're printing going into the economy, i.e. schools, i.e. hospitals, i.e. healthcare, instead of it going into that, unfortunately, it's at a point now where that stimulated borrowed money goes off to paying national debt. So rather than getting the infrastructure you need, paying off national debt. So you need to think outside the box, guys, and got to think like the smart money. I haven't made it. I've been educating myself compulsively over the last 4 years, and I'm planning on making it during the course of this bull run. And I need your help, guys, because I want you to help. If anyone knows stocks, if anyone knows commodities, anyone knows anything about economics, macroeconomics, let's have a chat about it. Let's do this as a community. What would be good things to scale into? Would it be wheat? Wheat's being battered. What do we think? We need to have these conversations. What do we think that the wheat market's going to look like in 9 to 12 months' time? Do we think that there's going to be more demand for wheat and low supply? Or do we think that there's going to be the opposite? Because ultimately, that's what drives prices, guys. If you've got a low supply of something, you've got a high demand of something, it pushes the price up, and it pushes the price up because people are willing to pay more money. But then if you've got an oversupply and under demand, that pulls the price down. So we need to be asking these questions, and we need to be having these questions with each other, guys. What is going to be performing in the next 9 to 12 months? If we think crypto is going to go through a bear market, how can we rotate from one bull market into another bull market? That's the aim of the game, guys. There's nobody on YouTube doing this. Don't know if anyone's going to copy me, but let's make this an interactive video. Join in and let me know your thoughts.